We live in a time where everything seems to need to be grand, spectacular, worthy of being displayed and admired. But is true happiness really found in all these things that the world tells us are so important? Subscribe to the Message from the Soul channel and turn on notifications. St. Augustine, one of humanity's greatest thinkers, said something profound. The measure of love is to love without measure. But what does that really mean in our daily lives? To love without measure is not just to intensely love one person or another. It is much more than that. It is to recognize the sacred presence of God in absolutely everything around us, in every small detail of existence, in every moment we live, in every breath we take. To achieve this elevated and conscious perspective, we need to develop something fundamental, a genuine connection with life, with the present moment, with the sacred that dwells in everything. There is a huge difference between discipline and connection, and understanding that difference can completely transform the way we live. Discipline, in itself, makes us fulfill our daily obligations. It leads us to do what needs to be done, even when we don't feel like it. It's important, yes, but it can be cold, mechanical, automatic. True connection with what we do, however, leads us to act with genuine joy, deep gratitude, and sincere pleasure. It is this connection that transforms ordinary tasks into extraordinary and meaningful experiences. Think about how many things you do every day just out of obligation, without really being present, without really feeling. Washing dishes, tidying the house, preparing a meal, working, studying. These are activities we do automatically, wishing they would end quickly so we can do something we consider more important. But what if you could transform these simple tasks into moments of connection with the divine? What if while washing the dishes, you could give thanks for having food to eat and dishes to wash? What if while tidying the house, you felt gratitude for having a home that shelters you? What if while preparing a meal, you'll put love into every gesture, knowing that you are nourishing the sacred temple that is your body or the body of someone you love? When we develop this more attentive, more present, more grateful perspective, we begin to perceive something wonderful. The infinite greatness of God is revealed in the simplest things in life. A peaceful walk outdoors, feeling the wind on your face and listening to the birds sing. A precious moment with your children, looking into their eyes and truly seeing the purity and light that dwell there. A moment of tenderness with animals, feeling the unconditional love they offer without asking for anything in return. A sincere and profound conversation with a dear friend where you share not just words, but souls. These small things, seemingly insignificant in the eyes of the world, can bring a deep and true peace that material wealth and external achievements often fail to provide. How many people do you know who have everything the world considers important: money, success, recognition, possessions, but who live empty, anguished, dissatisfied lives, always seeking more and more without ever feeling fulfilled? Simplicity protects us from much unnecessary suffering. When we condition our happiness on material possessions, external achievements, and specific situations that need to happen, we become slaves to these desires. Our peace begins to depend on things that are not always under our control. And so, we live in constant anxiety, always chasing the next goal, the next achievement, the next material possession that we promise ourselves will finally make us happy. There's nothing wrong with having dreams, goals, and objectives. We can certainly work towards improvements in our lives, seeking growth and evolution. But we can never depend exclusively on these external achievements to be happy. True happiness, the kind that no one can take away from you, the kind that remains even when circumstances change, needs to come from within, from your connection with God, from your ability to find beauty and gratitude in the present moment, exactly as it is. Yes, it is possible to live in profound peace and find genuine joy even when external circumstances are not perfect. This is a precious freedom that simplicity and love offer us. Leave a heart in the comments if you're enjoying today's reflection. Think about the time of Jesus, more than 2,000 years ago. There was no technology, no modern comforts we have today, no material possessions that we consider essential. Life was hard, simple, devoid of luxuries. And yet, so many were spiritually enlightened because they found God in simple life, in shared bread, in a compassionate gaze, in a word of comfort, in a gesture of love. They didn't need luxurious houses, imported cars, designer clothes, or recognition to feel fulfilled and happy. They found fulfillment in connecting with the sacred, in practicing love, and in the simplicity of shared life and community. This doesn't mean we should reject progress, technology, or material achievements. It's not about living in poverty or deprivation. It's about not making these things the source of our happiness, not becoming dependent on them to feel good, and not losing the ability to appreciate what truly matters. You can have a comfortable home and still find your greatest joy not in the house itself, but in the moments spent there with those you love. You can have a nice car and still be most grateful for the freedom to come and go, not for the status it represents. You can have professional success and still find your greatest satisfaction not in the recognition of others, but in the feeling of using your talents to serve, to make a difference. Simplicity is not poverty or deprivation. It is clarity. It is knowing what truly matters and not being distracted by what doesn't. It is having well-defined priorities. It is living in alignment with your deepest values. Therefore, learn to see beauty in the small things that happen around you every day. A child's smile, a bird's song, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the aroma of coffee in the morning, the tight hug of someone who loves you, the feeling of lying in a clean bed at the end of the day, fresh water quenching your thirst. These are things so simple, so everyday, that often go completely unnoticed, but they carry within them the presence of the sacred, the generosity of God, the proof that you are loved and cared for. Love without measure. Love without fear, without calculation, without expecting anything in return. Love life in all its simplicity. Love people as they are, not as you would like them to be. Love yourself with compassion, recognizing that you are doing the best you can with what you know at this moment. Love God, recognizing His presence in absolutely everything. Live with conscious simplicity, making choices that reflect what truly matters to you, not what society says should matter. Live with profound gratitude, cultivating daily appreciation for the countless blessings you already possess, instead of constantly focusing on what is still lacking. And so, little by little, your life will become fuller, more abundant, more meaningful, happier, not because external circumstances have changed, but because you have changed the way you see and experience those circumstances. True abundance lies not in having everything, but in recognizing that what you already have is more than enough. True wealth is not in the bank account, but in the wealth of meaningful experiences, genuine relationships, and inner peace. True happiness is not in the future when you achieve what you still lack, but in the present, in this very moment, when you choose to be grateful for what you already are and for what you already have. Did you like the message? Then like, share, and subscribe to the Message from the Soul channel. Your participation helps bring hope and light to more people.